seconds. Um, I think there's a direct connection between the food we eat and depression. And we have 47% of our teenagers right now are considering suicide. And we have a huge depression problem with our adults. If we could change the way we feed our bodies, that also stimulates the vagal nerve. It takes us up, it balances out our hormones, it creates happiness in the body, whereas this dead food is actually promoting depression and bad feelings. There are other things that impact happiness that are also part of what I want everybody to do. I practice gratitude every day. It's a very high vibration practice. Along with self-love, which is on the upper end of the vibration scale. Kindness is a high vibration, and all of those things also cultivate happiness. But in my opinion, it starts first with the food. If you're eating the right things to fuel your body, your brain, and your moods, you're 10 steps ahead of everybody else to be able to create a happy, fulfilling life.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. Oh my gosh, I couldn't agree more. I think nutrition is such an important aspect. And I just could remember from prior generations of people who are healthier and happier and living longer. And now, we've been just being marketed and bombarded with such, foods that who knows what's
and we
them.
Seem to think we're going to grow old to take pills. You don't have to grow old to take pills. If you take care of your body and you adopt lifestyle habits now, you don't have to go there. You don't have to grow old. You do have to age, and it's not the same thing. And there's a lot of research being done. I'm 75. I feel better than I did in my 50s.
Wow. Well, you're a beautiful, you role model that piece so beautifully, because I do say that health in all the different dimensions, nutrition, physical, spiritual, all shows up in our energy, in the way that we look, right? And when we're doing work that we love, that also adds to our, hormones
Right.
of happiness and dopamine, and people see that on the outside. So I love that you just connected all those different dots for us
Yeah.
around nutrition, because I absolutely personally, and also I'm sure a lot of people feel that there's always so much more that we can learn. So I'm just grateful that so many people and experts that are out there educating and teaching around these topics. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Beautiful work
Thank you.
out there as well. Awesome. Well, we have actually moved along to our last two speakers for the day. I'd love to go to Allison Roberts next, and also get to know her a little bit better. Allison, if you could share again some of the most meaningful moments that lead to the work you're doing today. Oh, I think you are muted. Let me see. I was hearing an echo for the mic. Let's see if it's still there. Yeah, we can still hear an echo. Can you maybe lower the volume on your end? Let's see if we can hear you better.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, great.
We can hear you.
Awesome.
We just can't see you.
Oh, no. I am so sorry for all this. We're having storms here today, and I think that is part of what is happening right now. So can you see me and can you hear me?
Yes.
Beautiful. I mean, out my window, it's literally pitch black here. It's crazy. So my name is Allison Roberts, and I am the founder of a company called Unapologetic Power. And the reason that I named my company Unapologetic Power is because before my big breakthrough about 15 years ago, I used to walk this planet apologizing for everything. I stepped on your toe. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like I would say it like 22 times before, over just the smallest things. And when I came to the realization that even though I had done Reiki healing and therapy and spiritual healing and gone through like all of this education about the brain and studying cognitive behavior and all the things, that I still found myself waking up and asking, how did I get back here again? Because I was just repeating patterns over and over and over, regardless of all of this knowledge in my brain that I had. I was going to Louise Hay events. I was being coached by Lisa Nichols. I watched The Secret pretty much on repeat all the time. I was meditating. I was tapping. I was doing all the things. So on the outside, I looked like this very, put together, spiritual, successful entrepreneur. But on the inside, I just did not feel at all accomplished or successful or even enough or worthy. And what I came to understand is that I was not being the boss of my brain. And what I mean by that is that every intrusive thought that came in, I gave it my attention, my full attention. So I could be driving down the street having an amazing day, and then all of a sudden, just start feeling very ashamed. And instead of becoming curious about where the shame was coming from, I would just believe that there was innately something wrong with me and that I was not allowed to be happy. So I finally, like I said, I had a breakthrough. And like I said, I've had all this knowledge. And so what I did was I put my breakthrough together with all of my knowledge. And I came up with a program that I use to help people overcome their intrusive thoughts and their shame and their guilt. And the program is called Becoming the Boss of Your Brain. And it's in my Unapologetic Power umbrella. And what I do is I help entrepreneurs who have chosen a career that they feel really good about. And they've been told from their bosses, and they feel it within themselves, that they have an immense amount of potential, but they are just not meeting their goals. And no matter how many business functions they go to or how much training they have, they still cannot reach the level of success that they want to. And I help get them there by showing them how to overcome their intrusive thoughts.
Wow, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your journey. And I know a thing or two about misaligned success, looking great on the outside, feeling miserable on the inside. So I love that you go through that work with people, with aligning that, because that's what matters, how we feel on the inside, because there's a lot of holes that we maybe have to kind of take a look into and kind of put together, so that we're choosing the careers we're choosing, we're living the life that we live for the right reasons.
Exactly.
I've shared a lot about, we have a lot of resonation around the achievement piece. That's how it showed up for me, because I felt that unless I achieved, I was not good enough, right? So
Exactly.
connected to something for people. So the fact that you take the time to do that with everyone else, I think it's really an empowering piece, because once you do that work, it's like the bedrock for all the other successes that we want in all the rest of the areas that are most important to us in our lives. So thank you so much for sharing your beautiful mission. And I'm glad that we're able to connect. Where are you actually based? And there's actually storms happening there? Where?
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and it's like 70 degrees today, but it's like storming. It's like pitch black outside with wind and rain and hail and all this stuff. It's crazy.
My goodness. Well, stay safe, and thank you so much for, despite challenges, showing up here and share your message.
You.
That's really, to me, that shows commitment for sure, and showing up for your mission. And I think that's a beautiful piece, that sometimes as entrepreneurs, unless we're connected to our purpose, it's so hard to do some of these different things because we don't understand why we're doing it. But once you're connected with that, then no storm can stop us.
That's right.
To be able to join rooms and go into, spaces that we really feel that the people that we get to serve are there. So thank you so much for doing that. And then lastly, my but not least, speaker for the day will be Lauren Roskilly. Lauren, thank you so much for coming on, and also looking forward to getting to know you a little bit better as well.
Hi, Elona and everyone. Thank you for having me. It's great to be here. Sorry, my camera was off for a while. I didn't realize needed to be on.
You are all good. Thanks so much for turning that on and sharing your message today. What is it that you do out there in the world?
Okay, so my name's Lauren Roskilly. I am from Sussex in England, and I'm the founder of Mindful of Christ Ministries. So in the ministry, we deal with a lot of what you guys do from a Christian perspective. So mainly using Christian-based cognitive behavioral therapy, which was actually my first book, but using that through coaching and resources and helping people, primarily Christians, to live a beautiful and satisfying life by helping them to improve their thoughts. So kind of what we touched on earlier, the imposter syndrome, limiting beliefs, all those thoughts and beliefs about themselves, other people, and the world around them, and helping them to change them into more positive ways of thinking. So that can be about identity as well as other thoughts that one might find them believing about themselves. So, well, we can't go around asking people, have you got limiting beliefs, or do you suffer with imposter syndrome? Because it's their truth. It's when we believe those thoughts like, I'm useless, I'm unloved, I'm a failure, all those thoughts, they're actually our truths, aren't they? So it's about awareness, which is the first step, acceptance and action. So I bring my clients through that process and help them to make those positive changes so they can live the life that they've actually been promised. And like you were saying earlier, it comes down to our own choice. It comes down to how we respond to life storms, shall we say, and situations, and making that decision to make those changes.
Yeah, I love that. Lauren, I'm always a student of pretty much anything in life, but I'm always interested around the different religions and, the different principles that they teach and all of that. So based on the work that you do with people that are under the Christian faith, what are some of the connections between the work that you're doing and the faith piece? Is there like certain principles that you could share with us that come up, that show up, that if someone obviously hears the message that you're able to share, can resonate with some of the things that you're also doing in your day-to-day work?
Yeah, well, the ministry is based around Romans 12:2. So it's talking about, well, let's put it out there, it's being transformed by the renewing of your mind. So, and that's reassuring for a lot of people, because some people think that change isn't possible, or they're stuck being exactly the way they are. But according to Romans 12:2, we there is hope, that there is that change that people can make and they can go in for. And so when I work with my clients on that day-to-day basis, we are going through all those thoughts and beliefs. So we tackle depression and anxiety, and well, I went through it all myself, which is why the ministry came about. I went through that depression and self-harm, and I was brought out of that through submittance, like fully submitting to God. And so from there came the ministry. It's both been a journey. So my relationship with Christ and the ministry alongside it. So, and that's been the last 4 years.
Yeah. Lauren, thank you so much for sharing that insight and perspective. I think, whatever we believe in, faith is always a really important nutrient in our lives. So I just was curious to hear the connection because, like I said, I'm always fascinated to kind of learn from everyone. And then obviously at the end of the day, we all choose consciously. As long as we're choosing consciously, I think that's the piece that is going to resonate with most. So thank you so much, Lauren, for sharing that and all the work that you're doing out there. And I would love to go now and wrap up this event actually and go back to all our amazing speakers and ask them for a final message that's connected to their purpose. And also, where is it that the audience can continue this conversation with them? So I'll go back to George.
Well, my message is that we all have a calling on our lives. It might not be clear at the beginning, but as life happens to us, things will start really exposing themselves to us. It's going to be through sometimes grief, adversity, catastrophic events, and that's really when we realize, wait a minute, this is what I'm meant to do. This is what I'm being called to do. So don't silence it. Listen to it. Keep it close to your heart and pursue it. And where you can find me in all my social media platforms under my name at George_V Gonzalez. And if you go to my bio, you can actually download a free copy of my book.
Beautiful. Thanks so much, George. Chloe?
Yes, I would say stay curious, open, and at the same time, be focused on really what matters. And if you're looking for teachers, follow people that have been doing it with a lineage years. My book is Craniosacral Qigong, Pathways to Consciousness Power, and that's the merging of Eastern with Western medicine to the most cutting edge and most advanced form of wellness and healing. So thank you. Be well.
Thank you, Chloe. And did you also share where we can further connect with you?
You can either chloecouturier.com at my website or craniosacralqigong.com, and chloecouturier.com or craniosacralqigong.com. I'm in the process of developing courses, and they should be available very soon. So hope you'll join us. Thank you. Thank you for having me, Elona.
Beautiful. Such a pleasure. And I will include all the links and have the speakers add all their links. So you don't have to, it'll be easier to connect with everyone, as connection is a very important value here for me, especially at the Life School. So definitely connect amongst one another and find opportunities to nurture your relationships and partner and support one another. I think at the end of the day, that's a really important piece to the work that we all do. Everything can get magnified if we really support one another and align with one another in all the different ways that we can complement our work. Thank you so much, Chloe. And moving on to Tom.
Thank you very much, Elona.
Thank you all for your attendance. Enjoyed the conversation. My admonition to mankind is to unite. When we fight, when there's infighting, very little is accomplished. So I hope to unify mankind. That's my driving theme today.
Thank you so much, Tom. And I think you also shared, where is it that we can further connect with you? Did you? Can you share that?
I'll place my website in chat right now, scalarlight.com.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you, Tom. Dawn?
First of all, I want to thank you for having me as a guest, and with all these wonderful presentations. I'm just so honored to be a part of this. My whole premise is awakening brilliance after life's darkest moments, because that has been my life path. And I hope to help people like all of us get our message out into the world. A message of hope, peace, and radical self-love. In fact, that's one of the books I was in, Radical Self-Love, because that is the core of what we need to be successful, happy, joyous, and free. if you want to connect with me, you can check out my social media, Dawn Renee Beauvais. I put my middle name in there because it rhymes with my last, even though it looks like Bova. And if you want to be a part of the Ripple experiment, you can go to ripple.dawnreneebeauvais.com. And thank you again.
Beautiful. Thanks so much. Trista.
Thank you so much, and thank you everyone here. So my message is that you are more powerful than you can imagine, and that all you have to do is figure out what is holding you back and let it go and have a vision, a higher vision for yourself. And I love how Dawn said radical self-love, because that is what changed my life, is radical self-love. So choosing your health, whether it's with, well, it starts with the food, like she mentioned before. And I just want everyone to know how powerful they are and how special they are, and that any dream that they have is possible for them. And if you want to find me, I am on social media, Trista Goforth, on Instagram and Facebook. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Trista. Beautiful message. Allison. Oh, I think Allison had to leave. So I'll include her links at the end as well. And then Cheryl. Still muted, Cheryl.
The best place to follow me is on Facebook. I'm Cheryl Meyer, Meyer 3. I post on all different subjects of health every day, and I absolutely agree that health starts with self-love, because you have to adopt all the healthy habits in order to return your body to balance and to get yourself centered. If you come to me as a client and you have chronic pain or a chronic illness, my first thing I'm going to want you to do is take my Ditch the Standard American Diet class, because it's addictive. And I teach you how to ditch the sugar and the chemicals. And after the 4-week program, you start to feel enough better that you have the impetus to keep going and to keep eating more correctly, because you can feel the difference. And it took a long time to get to where you are, so it doesn't happen overnight. But if you keep going down that path, you can come back to balance and to wellness. So follow me on Facebook, and I'd love to meet you.
Thanks so much, Cheryl. And Lauren.
Yeah, so thank you very much for having me. It's been a pleasure, and I've really enjoyed listening to everybody's stories and what you all do. So my final message would be for those of you, to a reminder and an encouragement that you can live a beautiful and satisfying life, no matter what is going on around you. You can build resilience and change those way of thinking. And yeah, so take that hope, be reassured, and feel free to find me over on our website. So it's mindfulofchrist.net. Facebook group is a private Facebook community where we all like-minded people encouraging and uplifting one another, and that's Mindful of Christ Community. Also on LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube channel as well, as Mindful of Christ. So feel free to check me out, and I can book in your free session with me. And I also have 3 books available. I'm writing my 4th. Christian-based cognitive behavioral therapy is the first one, Indestructible Faith, Breaking Chains, and I'm working on battle strategies for spiritual warfare.
All right, beautiful. Well, thank you so much to all my amazing speakers today, and thank you all for watching, wherever you're going to watch this on replay or live. I hope that you had a lot of great key takeaways from today's event. And again, thank you for our speakers, and connect with all of them. That's absolutely going to add value to your personal life and business as well, to nurture these amazing relationships, because these are all heart-driven entrepreneurs. And in this community, I've also created a lot of other leverages and resources that I put together to be able to also support you with your mission and vision through our community expert program, which I will play a video for more information. Again, thank you so much for joining us, and I'll see you with another event at another time. Bye, everybody. To be one of our community experts for our biggest global community of purpose-driven entrepreneurs and CEOs who are led by purpose, and of course also learn how to align their profits in their companies and in their businesses. Their legacy through entrepreneurship is really their way, their vocation, in how they actually get to do more good in the world. In our Community Expert C-Suite program, we have included amazing benefits for you as a purpose-driven entrepreneur, where in our audience of over 30,000 purpose-driven entrepreneurs, I warmly introduce you to high-level quality connections that can help you collaborate, further advance your cause, and also align your purpose and your profit as well. Another benefit for joining our community as a community expert is the connection between the free and also the paid speaking opportunities that we add into our membership every week, so that you get to create magic with you speaking and sharing your message with other audiences as well. This way, leveraging a lot of those high-level relationships to grow your own business and to be able to speak alongside the amazing work that you are doing on the day-to-day. We also invite you to our twice-a-year conferences. You'll be one of our keynote speakers as part of the community benefits, where of course you get visibility, showcasing the work that you're doing, but also being able to connect further with amazing purpose-driven entrepreneurs. Another benefit of being a member in the community is that you get to be featured in our monthly magazine, and you get to be a contributor to our magazine as well. And then lastly, of course, you get to participate in our community speaking events that we host every week inside our community, so that you can further share your message, but also, most importantly, be able to constantly connect to amazing people that you can add to your network to further nurture those relationships and form amazing strategic partnerships in the long-term growing of your business as well. In order to find out more information and ways to join our Community Expert Program, feel free to go to my website, elonaleparricoaching.com/events, and you'll be able to get more information around some of these benefits, but also new benefits that we're always adding to our Community Expert program, so that again, you can align yourself with the right community that's going to support you, but also most importantly, help you nurture and grow your purpose and your profit as well this year. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you with another episode.